Ferny, hit the intro.
Hey everybody, this is Fernando from the Rollback Podcast, and today Eddie and I are recording the 11 count, where we sit and talk and bitch about wrestling, which we have no business doing because we don't know how to wrestle or the business of wrestling, but we enjoy watching it, and it is one of our pastimes.
We can speculate on shit. That's fine.
Sure. I
Um,
guess one of the major news that came up is Jacob Fatu has finally made his long-awaited debut in WWE.
and he murdered not one, not two, but three former world champions. I guess technically two former world champions and the current WWE undisputed champion.
And he debuted as a skinnier version of himself because all the stuff that I had seen from his Major League Wrestling days, he was bigger. He was like a smaller Umaga, but he was bigger.
Yeah. No,
And
definitely.
now he's fucking lean, dude. He looks probably like the size of Roman or even Jay or
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Well, bear in mind, supposedly he's been under contract for at least 4 months. So, I mean, that's more than enough time to lean out.
Well, I know they've been talking about how his criminal past might be a problem when he goes overseas. But I mean, that was when he was 17.
They also still had trouble going to Canada. It wasn't until last year that they got that shit sorted out to where they could go.
Hey
Um,
man, fuck the Canadians. I'll say that right now. Canadians can go fucking suck it. That's what they can go do.
why? What the fuck's wrong with Canada? What did they do to you?
They think they're so high and mighty. Canada fucking sucks from what I hear.
I mean, I've heard the opposite. I've heard Canada's pretty awesome.
I heard Canada fucking sucks, and I heard their prime minister is a fucking twat.
I heard that their free healthcare is pretty great.
Free healthcare is fine, but there's always other aspects of free healthcare. I'm not saying that free healthcare is bad. That
No,
is
no,
nice to
no.
have,
Who's busting
but
balls?
there's also fucking other shit of Canada that fucking sucks apparently.
Hey, look, if Canada was good enough for Brock Lesnar, it should be good enough for you.
Well, remember, Brock Lesnar is not in like a city. He's
Yeah,
in the middle of nowhere
that's true. He bought
because
fucking. I wonder how
he
much
likes
land.
to be alone.
I wonder how much land he has.
Uh, Acres upon acres.
No, but like, I wonder, like, is 1,000 acres enough for Lesnar? Or do you think he has like 10,000 acres? I don't know. I don't have context for how what's a lot in Canada, so I have no fucking clue.
Let's see. How many acres is Brock Lesnar's ranch?
I bet you there's no response.
Oh, he has 5,000 acres.
Oh shit! Okay, I don't know a lot. I know that's a lot.
Yeah, he farms small grains. I think he farms his own meat, things like that.
Yeah, I believe it. He's got to feed his fucking genetic free kids. They're massive.
Well,
They're
his
monsters.
daughter is fucking killing it in sports right now.
Is she going to the Paris Olympics? I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I don't think so. But she's fucking killing it in the college level. I think she's won like the national championship for shot put like already as a
I,
freshman.
I wouldn't be surprised if his kids like go pro in whatever sport they choose to enter. If his daughter ever wants to do professional wrestling, she would murder everyone in sight.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she does because I mean, she's just doing
Shot put?
yeah, she's just doing shot put right now. So I mean, there's not really anything that she could do after that except coaching. But I could see her going into wrestling.
But would she love it?
Oh, that's another thing.
Um,
I'm not sure about his sons. I know he has two sons with Sable.
Duke Lesnar, I believe, is one of their names.
Yeah, he has two sons with Sable, and he had one daughter with his first marriage, who his genetics just completely took over that child.
Let's
She
see.
looks undoubtedly like him in
He is
every sense of the word.
he is 100% the father. Okay, Lesnar has 5 kids.
Oh,
Twins
he has
with it.
five kids. I think only three.
No, he has twins with his then fiance Nicole McCain, and then he has two children with Sable. Like,
Wow. You're not gonna count the stepchild? That's a piece of shit move. You don't
look,
count.
let me
Sorry.
let me rephrase that.
I don't know if you can
Rephrase that.
rephrase that. You're pretty
His
horrible.
stepchild does not have his biological freak DNA. Let me rephrase it. That's what I mean. His stepchild does not have his freak DNA. They should be loved, but also, I'm sorry, you don't get access to Lesnar's muscles on like freak genetics.
I don't know, dude. That's pretty fucked up with what you said.
No, I stand behind it. Um, but yeah, I would imagine. I really wonder if his kids want to do professional wrestling.
The boys, I would think yes. And you said he had twins with
Yes, he
with
has
his
one
first.
boy and one girl with his ex-fiance.
I wonder what the boy looks like.
I don't know, man.
Because if Maya looks exactly like him, I wonder if the boy looks exactly like him.
There's Maya Lesnar, Nicole McLean. No, I can't find the other ones. But yeah, he does. He has technically has three sons and one daughter and one stepdaughter.
Hmm.
But no. But yeah, so there's that. Oh God, man, they would. See, here's the thing. Was Lesnar? He's not really good on the mic. He's just very intimidating.
I thought his last run he was doing better on the mic.
Yeah, but that's after 20 years of like seasoning.
Well, I mean, they never let him talk.
Supposedly, he didn't want to talk. Like he wasn't good on the mic, from what I understand. I
Well,
could you could say I'm wrong, but from what I
Lesnar's
understood,
first run is just riddled with like, I mean, he was pushed to the moon, but like it was just so much at once for such a young kid
yeah.
that he just couldn't handle it.
Well, I think the wrestling business in general is not good for him just because he doesn't like to travel. He likes to be alone. He likes to be like left to his
I
own
think it was only
devices.
in that
Yeah.
very beginning, for him to come back on his
What?
own terms. Because in the very beginning, I mean, he was shot to the moon. I mean, he had a fucking incredible first 2 years in wrestling.
See, I thought his first year he was incredible, but by his second year, I was like, they kind of took the shine a bit off him when they had Paul Heyman betray him for Big Show.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't that many heels.
Not
Like
great
that
heels
he,
for him to work with.
yeah, there wasn't a lot of heels that he could work with.
Well, the thing is, man, Lesnar, he has. I'm sorry, he should be a career heel. He should not have been face.
Mhm.
Like what? Like oh, he's got Eddie Guerrero. Like he's gonna play face to Eddie Guerrero. Come on, or
Yeah,
JBL. Come on. Like no, Brock Lesnar should have been an eternal heel that you can't beat. He should.
Jacob
What's
Fatu.
called? Oh, shit. Where do we go? So Jake Paul debuts. Kayfabe broke two of Cody's ribs. Yeah, I don't believe it, but it sounds like they're building up an injury angle for SummerSlam.
What do you think of Jacob Fatu coming in? Do you
I
think
like his look. I like his look. I like the way he handled himself. I thought he looked crazed in a good way. He seemed intimidating. He reminded me of Solo Sikoa when Solo first debuted, as far as like
do you think they
beating
made
the
him get
shit out of
skinnier
everyone.
so he wouldn't be bigger than Solo?
Yeah, because they were scared that because of on the mic and his charisma, natural charisma, that they were like, he might overshadow Solo. Solo's only been around for a year. Well, I guess technically like a year and a half at this point.
Well, how long was he in NXT?
Solo? He never was
Yeah,
on NXT.
yeah, he was.
Was he in it? Oh no, that's right. He was North American
Yeah,
champion.
he was on
He wasn't in
NXT.
there very long then. Solo Sokoa. Which also, question to you. They trademarked WWE recently trademarked the name
Yeah, I
Caesar
saw that.
Sokoa, right? Do you think that Solo's going to change his name to Caesar or no?
I don't know. I also think WWE does this to fuck with people.
Just file trademarks for the shits and giggles?
Well, it's also they've made Triple H has made it very well known. He does not like the dirt sheets.
Why? Because they spoil all of his ideas?
No, because sometimes they're full of shit.
I mean, you're right, but also he did send him an I'm sorry basket with cheeses. So there's that.
He sent them what?
So he made like a very plain slight. I think I'm not Brian Alvarez. Some professional wrestling journalist. He made like a very clear slight at them. And they were like, hey man, like fuck you, this is our industry too. So WWE sent them an apology basket of cheese.
Yeah.
Like he said, like, hey, if you're gonna apologize, fucking apologize publicly and send me some cheese. And they did. So no, that props to them. Okay, yes. So Solo Sikoa was only in NXT for a year.
And then how long has he been on the main roster?
Since September of 2022. So what, four shit, coming up on 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
So
he's a good worker. He's a good destroyer, I
three
thought.
years in total with the company, and then 2 years. Oh, 3 years in total. 1 year NXT. 2 years on the main roster.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So no, I mean, I would say, and he's only 31. He's only going to get better from here. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, like him feuding with Roman. If he destroys Roman, Solo's a main man.
Well, that's also wondering when Roman's supposed to be coming back. I mean, it's already fucking going to be July, and they have made no mention of Roman coming back.
So I mean, maybe at SummerSlam, maybe Solo has his match with Cody and Roman costs him the match.
Well,
Because
Rock is supposed to come back at SummerSlam.
well, no, but he just injured himself. He fucked up his elbow, didn't he?
Oh, he did?
While filming the movie, the Smashing Machine.
Oh, I
Now,
thought he popped it was like a sack of blood, I think, in his elbow, but I don't think it's anything that he can't work through. I think it hurts, but I mean, I don't think it's debilitating.
That's what I was about to say. I don't know how serious it is. For all I know, it doesn't even need surgery. It just needs some rehab, and that's it. I don't have no clue. Um, but no, and then but like, where's it go from here? Like, The Rock backs up Roman against Solo. Does The Rock back Solo as like you failed as our tribal chief? Now it's Solo because one of the things about being tribal chief and all that is the fact that it's democratically elected. Everyone says, "Hey, you're the leader."
Yeah.
Like that's why they had all those like tribal matches where it's like, "Hey, if you win, you can take the head spot, but you got to beat me for it."
Do you
Well,
think
now
do you think Rock joins Roman against Solo and then betrays Roman to set up the WrestleMania match?
I think it depends on how far the Rock has his head up his own ass because he might think that him versus Roman should be the main story versus building up Solo Sikoa. That should be the main story. They should build up Solo as the next big like superstar.
Yeah.
To me, that's the smart call because Solo's only 31. Roman, his best years are I don't want to say the best years are behind him, but he's closer to his retirement than he is to his debut. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
beyond 20. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, he's already getting close to that part-timer age.
I would say he's part. He's been part time for the past like 3 years. I would say.
I'd say no, I think he was full-time. I think he was a lot more full-time that that first that first run with the two belts
Um,
than he was when he got the undisputed championship.
yeah, I would say post WrestleMania 39, he became a real part timer. Like he only defended that belt 3 times in between defenses against Cody.
Yeah, but I think he was real full-time when he was the Universal champ. Um and then he was still a little full-time when he won both titles. And then yeah, like once he got that undisputed belt, he was strictly like part-time.
Yeah. Um, but yeah,
But what do you think of the evolution of the bloodline?
I think I think it's a great storyline. I just hope they don't drop the ball with it because it is.
Hey, where's Jimmy?
You got taken out, remember?
Yeah, Jimmy's been out like for a good fucking while. Uh, there's got to be some catalyst coming up to this.
Well, no,
Uh,
I mean, I think Triple H is smart enough to where it's like, hey man, if we don't need you right now and we think it'll help the storyline, why not, cut him out?
well,
Plus, it gives them to focus on the other guys.
there's a fan theory that some of these injuries that wrestlers are out
Yeah.
aren't real.
What's the theory then?
Like that Rhea's injury isn't that severe, but it's just to give her time off, just to recuperate.
I mean, maybe I wouldn't be surprised. You see, Tamatonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu. Jesus Christ, this bloodline is built like a brick shithouse.
Well, apparently Tama Tonga and Tongaloa have had like were real heavy hitters in New Japan.
They, yeah, they on the
They were
way
the they were called the Gorilla something.
the Samoan SWAT team, no?
Oh yeah, Samoan SWAT team.
Yeah, yeah, I think I'm right. Man, I have no fucking clue where this storyline's gonna fucking go, man.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
gonna be interesting.
what's it called? Do you think it ever comes down to bloodline civil war?
Oh yeah.
But who's on Roman's side? He already fucked over Jimmy and Jay. Like, who's gonna have his back?
Do you think he grovels, or you think he pops up when either Jimmy or Jay are getting their ass kicked and he saves them?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's the only way they could do it. And then they'd have to turn Roman face, which would be like the craziest like face turn ever.
Well, I mean the crowd has been chanting, "We want Roman."
I mean, then maybe Triple H is a better storyteller than anyone gives him credit for. Maybe that's what happens.
Yeah, suck on that, Bret Hart. Dude, Bret Hart has got a fucking hard on for Triple H,
Dude,
like a major hard on.
you know he hates Triple H, and you know he hates Shawn Michaels,
Oh, I know he
and
hates him.
you and I both, we can't blame him.
No, but I think he's friendlier with Shawn now than he is with Triple H.
probably,
Like with Shawn, he'll actually give him some compliments now.
yeah.
Triple H, he fucking hates Triple H. Like I was watching one of the Inside the Ropes, and I don't think it was that far off, or like I think it was pretty recent, where he's like, if they're putting the reins in Triple H's hands, I think they're gonna fail because I haven't seen him create shit.
You sent me that one. I was like,
Yeah,
"Geez, okay, Brett. Like, I get you're still mad, and that's fair, but also like,
dude, he holds a grudge like an old Mexican person.
oh shit, I never heard it constrained like that before.
He holds I've been looking at clips from that Who Killed WCW. Man, they really love bringing up that old shit.
What's what?
Uh,
What do you mean?
yeah, the Who Killed WCW, and they were talking about the match of Brett versus Goldberg. And I didn't know this beforehand, but Goldberg had told Brett, watch the kick.
Huh?
And Brett was like, what kick? And
Wait,
then fucking took
who
a
said this?
kick to the
Goldberg or
face.
the
Yeah,
clip?
huh?
Who said this? Goldberg or it was in the
Yeah,
clip?
Goldberg told him, watch the kick.
So wait, hold on. So Goldberg is saying, "No, man, I told him to watch for the kick," and
No,
Brett
and Brett
is,
even admitted it.
oh,
Brett admitted it. That, oh, he did say, watch the kick. But, I mean, granted, Goldberg probably didn't mention where, but, I mean, you're in the fucking heat of the moment.
yeah,
You're in the middle of a match. It's kind of hard to be like, watch, like, where's the fucking kick?
yeah.
But yeah, he told him watch the kick, and oh, I mean that's the end of the story. Brett gets concussed, and there goes his career.
I mean, but I think it's like, and I'm gonna throw a what if at you, and just bear with me, okay? The fact that Brett had just not just lost, but he had lost Owen fairly recently. He's in a rut with wrestling. He doesn't love it anymore. It was his only passion. He doesn't love it anymore.
Well,
And
he
then he gets
hated WCW.
yeah. So
Like
you
he
take all of
really
that.
hated him.
No, but like, so you take all of that, right? All that, like, fuck this. And then his career ends on such a bullshit note. Of course he's bitter. Of course he's mad. Like, it would be like if Tom Brady, like, never played again after his ACL tear. Like,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there'd be some part of him that would be bitter. Like, I had more in me, but they took my leg away.
yeah.
Like, I don't, I understand why Brett's mad. I'm not gonna say I would deal with him. He's not my favorite person. I don't think I've ever seen him smile. But
You're telling me he lost his smile?
yes, he did a long time ago.
Maybe you should call up Sean and ask him how he found it.
Oh, Jesus. At the bottom of a bar fight with at least two Marines. Or a Marine. You don't know how many there were? Yeah, Sean, apparently there he said, oh, there was like 10 of them. No, no, no. It was one. He knocked your ass out. But anyway, I wasn't there. What else is going on? Your favorite wrestler in the world turned up at NXT.
Oh,
I believe in Joe
oh
Hendry.
yeah, Joe Hendry made his debut on NXT. Probably got the loudest pop of the fucking night.
What's called? They asked Sean, like, would you ever consider like putting a title on an outside talent? He said they can challenge, but I'm not putting titles on anyone. That's not with NXT.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it doesn't make any sense because it's your own talent.
I know, but I kind of wish he had been like, oh, maybe we'll see, because now you can kind of telegraph it now. Anytime in NXT, someone from outside the promotion challenges for the title, you know what's going to happen.
Unless he's lying.
I hope he is. Imagine that they put the NXT Championship on Nick Nemeth.
Well, who would have thought that the guys who are on D-Generation X would be running NXT and WWE?
Not a fucking soul. I wonder if somewhere if
Not Bret Hart, that's for sure. Bret Hart
do
never thought this would happen. Bret Hart fucking hates Triple H.
you think The Rock likes Triple H, or do you think they have like a mutual understanding?
I think The Rock, I don't think he holds a grudge as much as Bret Hart. I don't think anybody holds a fucking grudge as much as Bret Hart. Um, I think The Rock and Triple H are a lot more older and mature now.
I would agree with you on that one. I would agree. I think they're more mature now than they used to be. But yeah. So okay, so we have all that going on. Not much on the AEW front I can report.
Well, they have a Forbidden Door, anal coming up.
Fuck off.
Hey,
Uh,
it's not my fault they decided to name something that is, I'm pretty sure you can find on Urban Dictionary, means that.
let's see. Let's find out real quick. Hold on. Forbidden Door.
I hope if it is, I'm going to laugh my ass off.
Oh, okay. So on Urban Dictionary, it says when a woman wants to play with a man's ass in the bedroom, she tends to go for the forbidden door. Or some people
Okay.
don't like it when you go for the forbidden door.
Yeah. Well, looks like I was right. It means
Look, man,
butt stuff.
wrestling paper. All right. WWE
It
had a show
means
called Great Balls
butt
of
stuff.
Fire. Fuck off.
I would take Great Balls of Fire over fucking Forbidden Door. My biggest gripe, the first time makes sense. We get it. Like two huge wrestling companies are joining together and having a pay-per-view together. But the fucking second, third time, we can call it something else.
But like it's just part of the deal. It's like Wrestle Dream. Like it's always gonna forever from this point forward, Wrestle Dream will be known as an Antonio Inoki tribute show, essentially. Or
I
fight
think
for the
a bad part about Forbidden Door is they they think they're very like Everyone knows who this guy is. They have to know. They're wrestling fans. But they need to think about it. The average wrestling fan does not know who this fucking guy is from AAA or from New Japan or anything like that. Like, you have to fucking school these people on it.
Yeah. Well, like Roosh, for example, right? He was on loan from I think either AAA or CMLL. The plan was they were going to do this big show with him. He was going to face MJF, right? At Forbidden Door, and they just assumed, oh, CMLL, they'll be cool with it. Nope, nope. Turns out it went completely the other way, and they had to speed up the payoff match,
Yeah,
which was unfortunate because it was a good match. It was actually a good match, but now he has to wrestle fucking El Generico.
yeah. And MJF, I think was the one that really just threw me off because I remember texting you about it. Like, why the fuck is he fighting this random ass dude that we saw on Collision when they
Yeah.
taped here?
Well, apparently Hidrosetto has had the best reactions of any CMLL wrestler so far. So they're like, all right, we'll stack the biggest guy that they've got against MJF. But even then, like that's an outside promotion. It's not like you're sending MJF to CMLL in Mexico to do like an angle.
Yeah,
Like they sent the Blackpool Combat Club and they had an 8-man tag with CMLL.
in Mexico.
Yeah,
Oh well.
but like it's I feel like if they're going to continue to do the Forbidden Door show, which I do think they should continue, they need to make it a point of bringing in other promotions. Like, oh, we're going to have a representative from Progress in this match, or a representative from Impact in this match, or whatever. Like, they should make it AEW
It's not
versus
Impact. It's TNA. Goddammit.
TNA, Impact, whatever the fuck. They need to make it a point of like AEW versus the world, essentially.
It's not gonna be complete until they think of a deal between WWE. And they take more pot shots at WWE than WWE takes at AEW.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna hide it. The shots were more apparent back in the Monday Night War days. Like people have said back then, shit was vicious. Nowadays, all they do is shit talk, and that's about it. Like on both sides of the aisle, but they're not actively fucking each other over with their promotions. Like if WWE wanted to be assholes, they would wait and purposefully put their pay-per-view shows on the same night as an AEW show, but they're not doing that.
Yeah, they're being the bigger person because when you're the top company,
Yeah.
I mean, it looks petty.
I mean, wait a second, wait a
It
second,
looks
wait a
bad
second. They're not always the bigger person. They're not always.
I'm not saying they're always the bigger person, but when it counts, they are.
No, let's acknowledge they both take pot shots at each other.
Okay.
All right, that's
Who's
all.
done it recently?
Both.
How? Name one that WWE's been doing recently.
The last one I remember, I'm not gonna call it some kind of stupid, forbidden door or whatever. The prohibited.
No, he didn't say the term Forbidden Door was stupid. He said it's been used.
But
And he's just
in
saying
his speech, he made it like, oh, that's a stupid thing, like to get so worked up about it.
no, not so much to get worked up about, but that it's been used too much, that it's already like it's been diluted so much that it's not really Forbidden Door anymore. That if you're gonna keep fucking opening it.
Yeah. There's I don't know, man. I would say they both take friendly oh, fucking and you can call me a conspiracy theorist on this one, but news reports say it's true. Oftentimes WWE so the ratings, right? You know how the ratings matter and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
If WWE thinks that AEW is going to post a low figure, then they'll have the figures leaked within 24 hours, which are not accurate. Typically, it takes 3 days to get the accurate numbers.
Who told you that? Your best buddy Dave Meltzer, the guy who sucks on the AEW teat.
Nope, it was reported on by Wrestle Talk from other sources.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Name sources?
Let me get the name. Hold on.
Or is it one of those anonymous source deals? I hate those.
Let's see. Hey, WWE leaking AEW ratings. Hold on. Bleach Cool News. Let's see. Nick Khan buys AEW ratings in advance. Let's see. Reported on. I'm trying to pull it up real quick.
I don't know. It looks like
Bilal
plan is backfiring there.
Mohammed Bilal.
Now he sounds like a plant.
It's also reported on by Cultaholic, the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Aiden Gibson. It's a few different Wrestling Observer newsletter. Brandon Thirst. Yeah.
I heard Brandon Thirst sucks.
I heard Triple H only got the job because he was sleeping with Stephanie McMahon. Oh, wait, we can all speculate on things. But either way, there is pot shots going back.
Better than begging daddy for money. Daddy, can I have some money to make a wrestling company because I don't like playing with my toys?
And then AEW was profitable this past year for $175 million. I
They
don't know.
weren't
I don't
profitable
know.
last year because of that bullshit wrestling game that they came out with, which I've tried to give that game so many chances, but that
Mhm.
game constantly makes me want to throw my remote through my TV.
I would say this, man. Also remember, WWE, their games are being built off of like 20 years of experience. AEW built that shit from the ground up. Like it's the first try.
I don't know because they're working with the companies that were making SmackDown versus Raw, so it's not like they're not using a blueprint.
I mean, yeah, but also trying to make it somewhat different. They don't just want to copy and paste.
No, what pissed me off about that game more so than the gameplay, because I fucking hate the pin system in that game.
Mhm.
Um, what pissed me off was I bought the Ultimate Edition, the quote unquote Ultimate Edition, and then they come out to say, no, you have to continue buying season passes. Horse shit, man. You when you buy the Ultimate Edition, it's supposed to include the season passes that you're buying. Now you're asking me to fork over another $25 per season pass to play your fucking game? That pissed me off.
What's called I can't say I blame you on that one. I feel like they're trying to get as much money as they can.
Oh, for sure. That's why they keep adding characters. They added Edge recently, Samoa Joe. Who else? That's someone else. I can't remember. But they've been adding characters. That's why they keep pumping out season passes.
Well,
That pissed me off when they did that because I was like, man, fuck you. Like, now what the fuck was the point of buying this bullshit Ultimate Edition? Now, I'm not saying this just with AEW. There's been plenty of companies that have done that shit. Where like they'll sell you the Ultimate Edition of a game and you have to continuously buy shit.
let me see. I'm looking it up. There's no ETA time on Fight Forever 2.
Oh yeah, they're definitely not putting out a game anytime soon. They're gonna probably keep pumping as much characters as they can into this one until like the last second. But
Yeah.
well, from what I hear, that was the major reason why they weren't making any profit last year.
What do you mean?
They didn't they lose like a ton of money off that game.
Yeah, but Tony Khan actually invested mo any and all profits that they would make off the game into THQ. He's trying to.
But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, something you were saying something about Tony Khan investing the money from
Oh yeah. So
the
when
what's he doing with those $5 that he's making?
fuck you. So last year he was pressed. Oh, were you all profitable, or what's going on with the money, or whatever? He said
Uh-huh.
we are profitable, but I reinvest the money. I don't take it out and put it into my
Pretty fucked
pocket.
up,
I put it back.
man.
Fuck you. But no, they made 175 million in profit last year. But instead of taking it out, he reinvests it in either the talent, in bonuses,
Uh-huh.
expansion. He's buying up shares of THQ, stuff like that.
I mean, hasn't been a. I mean, last I checked, didn't THQ die?
Maybe someone bought the intellectual property because he's investing heavily in that company. Like
No,
the
I think he's trying to bring it back to life because I remember THQ dying because when THQ died,
WWE.
they sold off all the properties
What
because WWE went to 2K.
yeah.
I remember there was a game that I liked called Homefront, and that one went to Cryptic, I think, because they tried to make it into like an open world game, and that one just did not work. But yeah, I remember like they sold off all the properties of THQ before when it went downhill.
Yeah. But fucking what else? There's all that. I mean, it feels like we're in a bit of a lull period in between like big event to big event. Am I wrong or am I right?
Yeah. I mean, WrestleMania, at least in the WWE side, WrestleMania 40 was a huge event. Um, it's kind of like they're still trying to catch their breath because Cody doesn't have a good heel to work with. He's been working with AJ and he's been putting on banger matches, but I mean, it's hard to take AJ as a heel. Like, I'm not saying AJ's a bad heel, but people will never want to root against AJ.
No, I mean, I think you can root against AJ, that's fine, but it's like, is he a believable guy to take the title off Cody? And
No.
that's the hard part post these big angles where like you don't okay, after Cena won the title in '05, right? First time, no one actually thought that Chris Jericho or Christian would take the title off him. No one believed it. Same thing with Batista. No one thought JBL could take the title off him. Like no one. So I was like, they need to try and establish some better contenders. I think Solo's a great contender to Cody. I think that's a smart call.
The weird thing about Solo, he's never held a main roster belt.
Yeah. Well, no, he's always been the muscle to other people.
Yeah, and like I think even his matches, I don't even think he's had that many matches on the main roster.
Solo?
Yeah,
I think it was actually 0 and 23 since he beat Cena at SummerSlam last year. Or no, not SummerSlam, was it? Was it Crown Jewel when he beat Cena?
Crown Jewel, yeah.
He lost a shit ton of matches after that. He basically squashed Cena and then just lost everywhere.
Mm. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, SummerSlam's coming up around the corner. Because I think Clash of the Castle was the last pay-per-view before SummerSlam. And yeah, I mean, they did a good job setting up CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Um, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Punk supposedly he's still not clear. They're hoping that he'll be clear by the time SummerSlam starts up. But
Well,
there's
Drew McIntyre fucked them up
well, yeah, but
on
maybe
SmackDown.
maybe they're just trying to explain why he's not going to be at what's the
I
next Bash
I
of
think CM Punk even had some color.
No, he did. No, he bled.
Yeah. Which I'm like, good. There needs to be some color. Some matches do need blood. Like Cody got some color in his match with AJ. But then like it kind of quickly dissipated. They got rid of it real quick.
Yeah.
But like there needs to be some color. I mean, it's wrestling, dude. Come on.
Let me see. So men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We got Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade,
Carmelo, what?
Carmelo Hayes.
That's not what you said. You said haze.
Is it Hayes?
That's the
That's it, and
most
then Hayes.
unenthusiastic haze I've ever heard in my life. They have
Okay, does
Carmelo
anyone think
haze.
that Carmelo's actually going to win? I'm sorry. It's going to be Jey Uso.
I don't know, dude. Carmelo's a hot commodity. But I mean, I think the smart money is Jay.
What's it called? Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins. Let's be honest. Damian Priest is winning this.
Yeah, I see Damien winning. Wait, when is Gunther challenging for the
SummerSlam, which I think that's a mistake, if I'm being honest.
Money in the Bank is before SummerSlam? That's
Yeah.
right.
But I think it's a
I thought
mistake.
Clash of the Castle was the last one before SummerSlam, but no, there's still Money in the Bank.
Yeah. But no, okay. What do you think would have been better? Gunther versus Damian Priest at SummerSlam and Gunther wins? Or Gunther wins the title in his home country at Bash in Berlin? I think that would have been the better call. To have Gunther win the title for the first time in front of his home crowd?
I mean, it's better than what Vince would do. Vince always had people lose in their hometowns.
That's unfortunately true.
I mean, Vince had no problem having people lose in their hometowns.
Oh, what? Your family and all your loved ones and your friends are here? Time to lay
Cool
down and count the
story. You're
lights.
about to lose, bitch.
You invited your mommy and daddy. Oh
Like
no.
it's like Edge at Unforgiven '06 when he lost to Cena.
But at least Cena lost his in hometown like the month before at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He lost in Boston at SummerSlam.
But yeah. Man, this has been
Oh,
a quiet time. I'll tell you what. How about next episode? Because it's not gonna be it'll be before Money in the Bank. You want to talk about the worst storylines in professional wrestling history?
sure. Is the hand on there?
Wait, it'll be on the list. Done.
Yeah, let's go
Well,
for it.
we're gonna talk about Katie Vick.
Oh God.
But that's next time on the 11
What
count.
about May 19th?
You mean all that to promote a movie?
Hey man, he promoted the fuck out of that movie.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That movie wasn't half bad.
No, Kane is a great monster.
I remember watching it. I was like, it could be worse.
I remember you telling me though that you didn't like the fact that there was all this sex. I distinctly you telling me that.
It, it was either that or Halloween the remake.
No, it was See No Evil, and you specifically said you hated like that there was too many sex scenes, and I'm like,
No, it was Halloween.
what's
It
wrong
was
with you?
Rob Zombies. Rob Zombies Halloween, the '07 one.
No, but
That one I remember distinctly saying I hated all the sex scenes
I mean maybe I misremember a core memory.
because See No Evil doesn't have a lot of sex scenes.
I just remember you saying
I
that.
think it has like maybe one grind scene and that's it.
Maybe we're discussing two different movies. I guess I don't know. I just remember
No,
that.
but I remember saying about Halloween, the Rob Zombie one, because that one I remember watching it and I was like, great, another sex scene, perfect.
Woo! But all right, but yeah, I think that's gonna cut it for this episode. Am I right?
Yep, let's end this with a bang. Thank you everybody for joining us for the 11 count where me and Eddie stop and bitch about wrestling. Yes, we know this episode was a little light, but it's been a little quiet on the wrestling front these days. So hopefully this coming week, we have some storylines that we could bitch and moan about that we didn't like, and that we could share these experiences with you. But I'm Fernie,
I've been Eddie,
and this was the 11 count. Ring the bell.
and it's been wrong. All right.